Hi there, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today. Today I have got a card that is slightly different, and it's a way of showing you that you can use holiday stamp sets for things that aren't holiday. So I'm using the From Our House to Yours and the Holiday Haul stamp set. Holiday Haul is a host set in the Autumn Winter catalogue, but it's got vehicles in it, which is kind of what I needed for this particular card. Some very dear friends of ours who we met when we first moved into the village are moving today. Well, today as I record this, earlier in the week as you watch it. And I wanted to send them a good luck in your new home card and couldn't find anything instantly that I could use stamp set wise, and then I thought From Our House to Yours must have some houses, and indeed it does, and it's perfect for what I want. The only thing that I've used from a different stamp set, not one of these two, is the Time for a New Adventure from Well Said, which I thought was a nice way of good luck in your new home. I couldn't find a good luck in your new home from my stamp collection, so that's what I went for, and I thought I'd show you how I made it. This is really to, as much as anything, show you that you can use holiday stamp sets outside of holidays. So let me replicate the card for you. So the first thing I did, I started for no good reason, but I started in the right hand side and moved left, as I say, for no good reason. Bear with me, I've got a slightly sore throat and I need a drink. I think I've picked something up. There are lots of viruses going around. So I've got a hot drink on hand. Right, this is kind of stamp heavy, so and it's also block heavy. So I'm going to be doing quite a lot of stamping, cleaning and replacing. So let me show you the stamp set as it is. There are 33 stamps in this stamp set, which is the From Our House to Yours, and is in the Holiday Autumn Winter catalogue. This isn't the host set. I will come on to the host set. So I thought I would have my houses in Cajun Craze and Soft Suede, and I'm doing one Cajun Craze and Soft Suede and one Soft Suede and Cajun Craze, just to change it up a bit. Although the card looks like they're moving from a small house to a large house, they're actually moving from a quite large house to a reasonably large house. So it's not actually, it's not realistic. It's not meant to be realistic. That's not really the point of the card. Right. But I do know that their new home has a door with windows on either side, so that's why I chose this particular house for the starting point. And the joy of photopolymer is that you can see where you're stamping, so you can end up without a gap, which is lovely. Right, so that's that house. I then did the door, and I just picked one of the doors. It doesn't matter which one you use, there are 3 different doors, and I decided that they were going to be moving from a red front door to a blue front door. Again, I have no idea what colour their new front door is. Their old front door is actually wooden, but that's, again, not really the point. So, that's the door. And as I say, this is quite stamp heavy and block heavy. I blocked off, actually I'll use this one, I blocked off the side of the house before I then used the tree. Don't need the blue for a while, so let's pop that to one side. And I've used the soft suede again for the branch and trunk of the tree, and that's just going to snuggle next to the house, sort of under the roof. And then this one is the leaves. So this stamp set is one of those ones where you do kind of have to work out what some of the items are for. I'm using Granny Apple Green. I'm kind kind of sticking fairly well to bright colours, although I am using Real Red, not Poppy Parade, as my red, because it just seemed to go slightly better with the Pacific Point, which is what I've used on my truck and my front door. So that is most of the house. The only other thing I need to add is some smoke coming out of the chimneys, because I thought that would indicate warmth and those sorts of things. And there is a little curlicue that you can use for that, and I'm using grey granite. I didn't want to go, I wanted a warm colour because most of the colours that I'm using are warm, and grey granite is our warm grey, where smoky slate is a cool grey. So that's why I use that. It's the only thing I've used the grey granite for, but you know, you can change it up. Right, so literally I am working in reverse order. So time for my truck. And my C block, my good old C block, and back with Pacific Point. Now the truck is very much larger in proportion to everything than the houses are, so that's why I put the truck towards the front. And there, I think. There we go, one truck. Now, I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again. Do remember that when you use a photopolymer stamp for the first time, you need to make sure that it's not got the release agent on it that would have been used as part of the manufacturing process. So do just either rub it with a finger, rub it on the back of your hand, get a white eraser. They also work well to just take off the ink, the release film. Right, I'm using the parcel from the holiday haul set. This is the host set. So you get this for free if you place an order that is at least £150. You can exchange your host rewards for host sets or any other product. But the host sets are brilliant value for money. So I'm just going to add one of these parcels to the back of the truck. And then with my sticky, block that off, and then block off the back of the truck, and then with soft suede come in again with the parcel, and you can just see, or I can just see through the sticky where the back of the truck is, so I can make sure that I don't have the parcel hanging off the back of the truck, it's just nestling in underneath. Right, so that's the parcel done. While I've got the soft suede out, I'm going to grab one of the other stamps from, from Our House to Yours, which is this one here, which is a sort of, I don't know what it's meant to be, but it's a sort of wibble. And that wibble I'm going to use as the road for the truck to be driving along. We live in the country, so wibbly roads is not unusual. Right, so that's that house. Now we can make the other house, and again I'm using soft suede for that, and I can come in there-ish, I think. It's almost straight. And then grab this roof. Let's clean that block a bit better. So grab the roof, and this time I'm going for Cajun Craze. So as I say, I'm using just reverse colours for the two houses. So nothing too complicated. Or, you know, just, obviously you can use the same colours for both. I just wanted to differentiate one house from the other. And as I say, the joy of photopolymer stamps is you can see where you're stamping. Now, if you're ever stamping a dark colour and a light colour, I strongly advise doing the dark colour first. It's much, much easier to see the dark colour through a stamp that's inked up with a lighter colour than the other way round. And red front door. And I've just got to do the second tree and then the embellishment and the sentiment. That's the word I'm looking for. So, soft suede again, and I'm using the pine tree, which is, I'm guessing, meant to be a Christmas tree, but I'm going to have it as a pine tree, and again I'm just going to have it next to the house. And then grab my triangle, which is the infill for the tree, granny apple green again, and I thought about changing greens, but then I thought that would just make it a very, very busy card, and I didn't want it to be too busy. There's a lot going on it already without introducing different shades of green. So all we need now is time for a new adventure and some embellishment. So time for a new adventure is a cling mount stamp, and I've got it on my little G block, and I'm just going to stamp there, close that up, and then I've just got some ordinary basic rhinestones and my take a pick tool, and I thought what I would do is make where they're going look more attractive than where they've come from. They are not that, I mean, they know it's the right move, it's not a move they particularly want to make, but it is the right move for them, so anything we can do to make it feel that it's the better option, I think, is important. Right, so I don't need the stamps anymore, don't need the blocks anymore. All I need now are my mats and layers. I'm changing these round, so I'm going to go for Pacific Point and red rather than on the original I had red and Pacific Point. Just so I can see the difference, and then I can choose which one I send to them and which one I keep for my samples. So I'm using the multi-purpose adhesive, just scribble that on the back. Now the multi-purpose adhesive is not currently available to order on the online store. We are hoping to get stocks in again very soon, so fingers crossed. Right, fold this. This is just a half a sheet of cardstock. Fold in half. I do normally score, but apparently I didn't score this one, so I just fold it in half. And again, just add some liquid adhesive, and I really do just scribble a little bit across the back. And pop that on. And then from the back, press it down, pop that away, and there are my two Time for a New Adventure. I've got a smut there. There we are. So my two Time for a New Adventure cards. So it'd be interesting to see which one you think I should be sending. By the time you see it, it will have gone. I think which one I'm going to send, but do you prefer the red and the blue or the blue and the red? Thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope you found that interesting, if for no other reason than it shows you what some of these stamps can be used for, and also how to use your stamps not for their original purpose. Thank you very much indeed. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, then you can do so in the bottom right hand corner, and then hit that notification bell so that you know when I post my next video. I usually post at 8 o'clock in the morning UK time, but I am doing quite a lot of blog hops and things like that, which means that I'm posting at odd times and on odd days, so it may be worth just hitting that notification bell. If you're in the UK, do remember you can shop with me, and if you're in any of our European countries, you would be very, very warmly welcomed to our team. Thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye!